Okay, so we're finally at our last step to complete Devastator after 2 long years of collecting all these pieces. Well, almost 2 years, give or take a couple of months. So he is another one of my Amazon purchases. Just because you're in Victoria, we're locked down and all of the stores are closed. There's no way to buy anything in a brick and mortar store aside from like groceries. So yeah, but enough about that. Talking about Overload here, he is my favorite of all the Constructicons bar none. All of those other Constructicons pale in comparison with this guy. So if I was to rank them, this guy first, then Scrapper, then Long Haul, then Scrap Metal, and then I don't know, the other three I'll leave up to you. Maybe Scavenger first, just because of how big he is, then Rampage, and then Hightower last. But he is definitely at the top of the heap. Anyway, let's take a look at the packaging. So it's still the standard Studio Series packaging. The backdrop is still your, I forgot to show the backdrop in my previous review, but the backdrop is still the pyramid, so nothing lost there. The side is Overload, this side is Devastator, at the back is Overload in his robot and vehicle modes. So yeah, taking a look at our main man Overload here, he is a really imposing robot. So he's not tall as leader class figures go, but he certainly does have the, the girth. So taking a closer look at this guy first, let's take a look at the head sculpt. I think that is an awesome head sculpt. So with all those eyes, he does remind me a little bit of a scorpion or a spider, which I guess is fitting. I know the early CGI models or that early concept art, they were gonna give him like 6 legs and all that, or was it 3 legs? I don't know, or 4 legs, can't remember. So he was supposed to be a scorpion, and that stinger still, is still there. So that is a remnant of that old design. But he only has 2 legs now. No, I didn't really see this guy in the movie. At least I don't remember seeing him in the movie. But yeah, I think he is a nice robot. Now in terms of, let's look at the side. He does have this, neck piece for Devastator, which does connect to the back. So if you display him in this mode, you can connect them there. So it's just a friction joint there. So if he's a spider, insect, whatever, that's probably his thorax or what. So yeah, I think it fits. Really love the design of this guy. It gives me a General Grievous kind of vibe. He's so nice. I want to display him separate from the rest. Thinking of getting another one, but the difficulty of me getting this first one, I'm not too keen on chasing another one of these guys anyway. So yeah, take a look at the articulation. The head is on a ball joint, and it does go up and down, tilt left and right. It does go around. It is a bit tight, so I won't do that, but it does go around, believe me. This shoulder joint is really on a very tight, heavy ratchet, and that's because this will be the legs of Devastator, so it has to be tight. But it does have some articulation. So this does hinge up and down, but that's more for the combined mode. In the vehicle mode, it goes parallel as well. Yep. But I think this configuration is for robot mode just because of the scope there. It continues. This is on a less tight ratchet. It goes all the way around as well. There is a joint here that goes around as well. Very tight ratchet again. This back piece does go up and down, and you can use that as a joint if you wanted to. There is a swivel up there. 2 joints here, so you can go all the way in, all the way straight, and the hinge up and down. This one does have a hinge right there, Unfortunately, I wish he had a hinge there, but he doesn't. I'm pretty sure because of the scope they could have squeezed one there just to get more articulation of this arm, but no, they didn't give us that. There is a swivel joint there that goes both ways. Swivel there, hinge there, and hinge there, so it can go all the way in. And again, I wish they had given us some articulation on the claw as well. On the legs, there's no waist swivel. The legs go, hard to see because of the arms, that much back, that much forward. This is very loose, not so loose, you know, it's not loose, but this guy's very heavy, so it's loose enough that on a very smooth surface it's very hard to stand him up. With on a surface with a lot of friction, that won't be too bad, but I just wanted to let you know. There is a knee bend that is, you know, barely there, maybe, I don't know, 30 degrees. He does have a ankle pivot, which is nice, and this, you know, flap, and this toe joint that goes in, not, but that's for transformation. But again, because of how top heavy he is, those two joints are not tight enough to hold him up in, you know, very smooth surfaces, so be wary. Now, since I've already compared this guy now on previous videos with the rest of them, let me just put that video here. And here we got Mixmaster with the rest of the Constructicons, so they are a motley crew of misfits. Now, to transform this guy, it's not too bad. It's a bit involved, but, you know, involved but not hard. So first thing you do is you remove the thorax piece. So this thing, fold that in. This thing is pegged right there, so there's a peg and a slot there. There's also a peg that will slot in that hole there, so just extend that, move this down, and then re-peg that there. Okay, now we can leave that for now. This top part, okay, let's do the arms first. So these arms are really nice in terms of transformation. So first thing you do is, so in vehicle mode, okay, let's just do this first. In vehicle mode transformation, you have to have the arm or the hand like that. So you fold that like that, fold this in, and then make sure this thing is, you know, straight up. And then what you do is you peg that peg into the top hole there. Oh, sorry, the bottom hole, and then this will slot in that one as well. So just do that, and they should peg nicely. There you go. Now this other arm, what you're supposed to do is you fold that in there. Okay, so there is a sort of space there for that tab, so make sure it's slightly on an indent, and then if you fold it, it should be somewhat like that. So as you can see, like that, and then you can just peg this whole thing there. So there is a slot there, and this peg here. So I don't know if you can see, so that slot there. Okay, so it's supposed to rest in the middle of that gap there. So just fold that in. There you go, and that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, let's do the same on the other side, a little bit faster now. Straighten that out, straighten that in. Bottom hole and slot on the arm. Oh, this side doesn't have a slot. Okay, my bad. Now this one again, rotate, slot this at an angle, peg that in, and make sure that slot in the middle. Okay, now that's done, we can then rotate this, and then bring this together. Again, this is very tight. That will peg there, and that will peg there as well. So 2 pegging points. Not that it needs it. It's this one is very tight. The ratchet is very tight. So once you get that there, it's gonna stay put. Now for the top part, first thing you do is you fold those heel spurs back, and you just bring these two together. Oh, before you do that, rotate the wheel around. Rotate the wheel around. Not there, around. And then you bring these two together. There's pegs and slots there, corresponding to pegs and slots on the other foot. And just peg them together. There you go. Oop. So this waist joint is locked in place. What you do is you unpeg this head down, so there are 2 clips there. Once you do that, you should be able to once you rotate that down, you should be able to push it down as well. So don't be like me. I was trying my hardest to push it down. No, you can't push it down without folding the head down as well. Okay. Should be flat enough. Is it? Now we just, so there's these 2 pegs combined will slot in that gap there. Make sure everything's straight. And then all you have to do is fold this down. That slot and that peg will go together. Okay, and that is Devastate not overload in his vehicle mode. So if you have him pegged properly, all the wheels should roll. Now the one drawback of this guy, I think he has one of the weaker vehicle modes. I don't know, it's just something about the vehicle mode just doesn't seem right, but it is forgivable because it does have that awesome robot mode. Now this thing, without so we don't forget, there are clipping points there, so it will clip here, and it does stay there really well. So it is accessory holder for that. Okay, now for some comparisons. And here are all the Constructicons together in their vehicle modes, and they are whoop, turn that guy around. Okay, final thoughts. I think out of all the Constructicons, as I've said, this one is the best. Vehicle mode is a bit weak. Robot mode is awesome enough that I'm really keen on getting another copy of this later on, just to display him in robot mode. Okay, so this I think is a worthy standalone purchase if you ask me, but definitely a must-have if you wanna build Devastator. So yeah, that was the review. If you like that review, please do leave a like, leave a comment, do subscribe. Again, this has been Grimtrigger, and this has been the awesome Constructicon Overload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be our Devastator transformation video. Thanks for watching.